that's all. I just stood there in the hallway, basically watched, clapped, and like supervised.
Yeah.
Feel like a really. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Say,
Just read a quote. As a great man once said, blah blah blah.
Joe! Stop.
I got a contract.
no. Well, I can just not say her name.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you have a pen?
I had a pen.
Oh, I must use it for Steve's name tag.
Borrow it?
Oh, you know what? I put it down here, Rum.
Rob, make sure you rule.
Oh no, I heard him this morning. He was really
Nothing
good.
fancy, Bob. Just do it straight out. Straight out.
He was very impressive. Depends on if I get going, no stopping me. I can't promise anything.
Yeah, we're good. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Just a note before we begin the ceremony, as a matter of courtesy to our guests and the graduates, we ask that you take a minute now to turn off all cell phones, refrain from using any noise-making devices during the ceremony, and for safety purposes, take all videos and photos from your seat, for the aisles must remain clear. Lastly, there is no smoking of any kind on Board of Education property. Thank you for all your cooperation and enjoy the ceremony.
Counts.
Please stand for the national anthem. Our country stands.
Our country's flag stands before us. Let us salute it.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening, and welcome to the 34th anniversary graduation ceremony of Lincoln Middle School. The flag salute was led by our Student Council President, Ms. Kayla Cashin, who will be making remarks on behalf of the Student Council.
Hello, my name is Kayla Cashin, and as Student Council President, I would like to give a warm welcome to the teachers, parents, family, and friends here this evening. We, the class of 2018, would not have come this far without your support, and we thank you for everything you do to encourage and motivate us. I would also like to thank Mrs. Cicerelli, our Student Council Advisor, for being a great role model and giving us a chance to make a difference at LMS in our community. A huge thanks to my fellow 8th grade Student Council members, Jaden Schwed, Angela Natal, Allison Perini, Tina Barsbay, Grace Corpix, Isabella Magadino, Anthony Palouse, and Amy Ramirez. We worked as a team and accomplished great things like the food drive for Thanksgiving, the toy drive for the holidays, and the carnival dance, all of which were very successful. I thank you for giving me the opportunity to serve as the president of the Student Council. We will never forget what we have learned at Lincoln Middle School and the memories we have created together. These things can never be erased, and so as this chapter ends, we are more than ready to begin the next. The experiences we had at LMS shape who we are and the choices we will make in the years to come. In conclusion, congratulations and the best of luck always to the class of 2018. Thank you.
Thank you, Kayla. At this time, I am very pleased to announce the Salutatorian of the class of 2018, Miss Tina Barsby.
Good evening. For those who don't know me, my name is Tina Barsby. It is my pleasure to welcome Mr. Spirito, Mr. Shearer, members of the Hawthorne Board of Education, Mrs. Dever, Mr. Bertolini, the Lincoln Middle School staff, family, friends, and fellow graduates. Before I begin my speech, I would like to congratulate Turner Marks, the valedictorian of the class of 2018, as well as the graduates of the class of 2018. Your families and friends are proud of you. Looking back to the first day of middle school, I remember all of the sixth graders gathered in the cafeteria. Our homeroom teachers were being selected. We all hope for the best, and hope is a beautiful thing. We may have our differences, but we strive for similar things. When we started the sixth grade, we were in a completely different environment. We are exposed to new people and new rules, and with a new school comes new friends. In the first month of school, everything may have seemed odd. We had 8 class periods, which were in different locations. At first, we struggled in getting a class at time. This is especially true when students had to retrieve items from their lockers. But after a short period of time, we warmed up to our new school and our new friends. Our time in the sixth grade flew by quickly. We became more confident with our new school. By the time we proceeded into the 7th grade, the Lincoln Middle School became a little more familiar and comfortable. But the 7th grade was a big challenge. The workload seemed to increase by the day. I began to understand why the 7th grade was dubbed the hardest year of middle school. But through our struggles came rewards. We were allowed to watch the 8th graders compete in the Winter Superstars events. We were excited because soon we'd be the ones competing. The best part of the 7th grade was knowing that the 8th grade was just around the corner. 8th grade was probably the best year at LMS. We had many challenging tests that year, but there were also many exciting events planned. The 8th graders were given the chance to participate in the Winter Superstars. Other fun events included the Summer Superstars, Macaluso's dinner party, and a visit to Blackbird Lake. With that being said, we are grateful to our LMS teachers for scheduling these events for us. I will always have fond memories of LMS. We've all matured through our various experiences. I want to thank all of the parents, teachers, and friends for being here today. Some graduates will choose to attend the Hawthorne High School, and others will move on to different schools. Either way, good luck with your various endeavors. I want you to remember a very important thing. Getting good grades is only half the battle. What is more important is doing what you love in life. It's not enough to work for a paycheck. Working for the sake of working does not bring joy to your life. Instead, do something that you're passionate about. School helps you select these passions, whether you become an artist, a volunteer, a teacher, or a dedicated parent. Do what you love. Whether you are a doctor, a police officer, a mechanic, or a business owner, do what makes you happy. If you love what you do, then it's like you never worked a day in your life. Thank you, and good luck.
Nice job. Yep, you can go back. Thank you, Tina. The following young man has achieved the highest cumulative grade point average of all the students in the class of 2018. Ladies and gentlemen, the valedictorian of the graduating class, Mr. Turner Marks. Deep breath.
Good evening. My name is Turner Marks, and I would like to welcome Mr. Spirito, Mr. Sciarra, members of the Hawthorne Board of Education, Mrs. Dever, Mr. Berlini, Lincoln Middle School staff, family, friends, and fellow graduates. I would also like to congratulate Tina Barsbay on being the class of 2018 Salutatorian. Everybody in this class of 2018 has made great accomplishments just to get to this moment. They may have been academic, emotional, or physical. Whatever they are, you should be proud. We are all sitting here ready to take a major step in our life. Go to high school. As a timid 6th grader, I had an assignment in Mr. Ross's health class, and we had to explain one long-term goal and one short-term goal. My long-term goal was to be in this moment talking to the audience as the valedictorian of the 2018 class. As cliche as it sounds, that project helped me through tough moments in school, and all my hard work has finally paid off. During graduation, it is most often talked about the academic side of high school, but we have to acknowledge the emotional aspect of high school. High school allows us to develop as a person and learn where and who we want to be with our life. During this time, we are changing greatly, and our options in the schools and classes allow us to accommodate this. These options mean that not everybody will be sticking together. However, the experiences and memories we have made from middle school will keep us together. These opportunities available to us are endless, but this does not mean high school will be easy. Mass amounts of homework and big tests aren't exactly something to ignore about high school. These assignments may be difficult, but they have a purpose. This work here is to help us expand and grow as a person. I would now like to thank some of my teachers that helped me along the way. Mr. Kenny, Mr. Cole, Mrs. Ashenbrand, Mrs. Cicerelli, and Miss Nilo were just a few that stood out. My friends were also always there when I needed them during middle school, and I'm sure that will continue through high school. Nobody is perfect, but I know 2 people that are pretty close to it. My parents have been there for me since the moment I was born. Whenever I'm scared about a test or upset for no reason at all, they're always looking out for me. Every time I make a decision, the lessons my parents have taught me are in my head. No amount of time would let me explain how grateful I am for my parents. I would like to leave everybody with this. We all have a purpose on earth. High school just helps us find our purpose. Thank you.
Thank you, Turner. The next part of the program is the presentation of awards. The LMS 8th grade class advisors are Ms. Jonelle Genberg and Ms. Tony Noggle. The student council advisor is Ms. Tanya Cicerelli. On behalf of the graduates, I would like to thank them for all their time and hard work in arranging all the 8th grade and student council activities this year. The first award this evening is the Lincoln Middle School Citizenship Award. I have the honor of presenting this award tonight. The winners of this award have made a consistent and conscientious effort to learn. They have demonstrated a cooperative attitude in the classroom. They have received an O for effort in all subjects on the report card, and they demonstrate the qualities of a good student and citizen. The male recipient of this award is described by one of his teachers as a very hard worker and the first to offer assistance to his teachers and to his peers. He always works to the best of his ability. He is consistently kind. He is very personable, a great kid, and loves to talk about the Yankees. It is with great honor and pride I present this LMS Citizenship Award to Logan Warner. Congratulations, Logan. The female recipient of this award is described as a very hardworking, sweet, and kind young woman. She is always happy and willing to give help. She is a conscientious student who gives her best effort always. She is polite, and her smile, friendly hellos brighten the day. It is with great pride and pleasure I present this LMS Citizenship Award to Lily Prooksma. Congratulations, Lily. Each year, Hawthorne's American Legion Post 199 Commander Doug Tennis presents to one male and one female graduate the American Legion Award. Mr. Tennis cannot be here tonight, therefore Mr. Robert Bertolini will be presenting the award on behalf of Mr. Tennis.
Good evening. The American Legion Award is based on academic achievement, leadership, and good character. The male recipient is recognized by LMS staff as a very well-rounded student and a clear leader. He is always willing to help others and has a great rapport with his teachers and peers. He has a strong commitment for high achievement. He is extremely kind to others. He is a musician, scholar, and you may see him climbing a rock wall. It is with great honor and pride I present this American Legion Award to Turner Marks. The female recipient is a hard-working, career-driven student that also stops to help others. She is determined, bright, and very focused on her goals. She holds herself to a very high standard and works very hard toward her life's purpose. She is outspoken and not afraid to be herself. She has also been a true leader on stage in the drama productions. It is with great honor and pride I present this American Legion Award to Olivia Desant.
The President's Excellence in Education Award is earned each year by 8th graders across the country that have met the following criteria: a cumulative average of 90 or higher from grade 6 through the end of the second marking period of grade 8. The Presidential Award certificate will be given to this year's current winners at tomorrow morning's annual grade 8 awards brunch. The most prestigious academic award that LMS bestows on its graduates is the Edith R. Greenough Award. The late Miss Greenough was a former Washington school principal who, along with her staff, presented academic achievement awards to their top scoring 8th graders. 34 years ago, when the middle school was formed, this award was created and named in her honor. To win the Greenow Award, a graduate must have a 3-year cumulative GPA of 93 or higher through the end of the third marking period of 8th grade. This year's winners will be presented with the Greenow pin at the 8th grade brunch tomorrow morning. As I read the winners' names, please stand and remain standing until all the names are announced. Gabriella Aliano. Jod Alshama. Estelle Barbieri. Tina Barsby. Luke Body. Jason Brunzinski. Joseph Canales. Fiorella Carvo. Nicole Castillo. Brianna Collins. Ruby Conroy. Ashley Danzo. Olivia DeSant. Troy Eckert. Brianna Fallon. Daniel Finch. Claire Fitter. Rebecca Gehring. Louis Gatto. Sarah Giardino. Jason Harmer. Cami Hoyt. Adisha Cajado. Zamira Knight. Grace Corpix. Zachary Molly. Turner Marks. Brandon Massey. Marifel Miguel. Emily Mizraca. Angela Natal. Zoe Nelson. Ann Noonan. Jacqueline Palmer. Allison Perini. Lily Pruxma. Anthony Palouse. Sydney Reicher. Camilo Rivera. Kaylin Savage. Amy Cerna. Jaden Schwed. Marco Suarez. Stephen Sweetman. Abigail Titus. Jeremy Urena. Michelle Urena. Adriana Valenti. Derek Vasquez Enriquez. Laurel Vistoski. And Jonah Yu. Congratulations. At this time, I'd like to introduce our Vice President of the Board of Education, Mr. Michael Doyle.
All right, just give me a second. I have to unfold the speech. Checked about 100 times to make sure it was still in my pocket. Good evening, fellow platform guests, faculty, parents, family, friends, most of all, the LMS class of 2018. We are gathered here this evening to celebrate and acknowledge all of the hard work and effort that led to our students' achievements over the past 3 years. Tonight also provides us an opportunity to give thanks and highlight the sometimes forgotten factors that attributed to your success. Specifically, I'm talking about your teachers, your coaches, your friends, and most of all, your parents and family members, who all played a major role in your 3 years at LMS. Without the tireless efforts of this core group, you may not have been seated here before us tonight. Let's give them all a big round of applause. Graduation symbolizes completing a phase of training and establishes the fact that a person is ready to move on to the next level. For all of you, that next level is becoming a high school student. Now, some of you may be nervous about this new journey, and maybe you're feeling a bit overwhelmed, but rest assured, your time spent at LMS has more than prepared you to tackle high school head-on. Navigating the corridors of LMS over the last 3 years, you learn to be a little bit more independent. Transitioning into high school will give you the chance to increase this independence even further. You'll be required to make difficult decisions, manage your time more efficiently, and be a more responsible individual. Take advantage of all the opportunities high school has to offer you. Make new friends, join a new club. Learn how to play an instrument, learn to speak a new language, try out for a new sport. Remember to be kind and always be there for each other. Don't be so hesitant to leave your comfort zone, and always strive to leave a mark of excellence. Work hard, and don't forget to have some fun along the way. This is definitely a very exciting time for you, and I truly believe you're all ready for the next step. In the famous words of St. Jerome, good, better, best, never let it rest. Till your good is better, and your better is best. So once again, congratulations to the class of 2018, and enjoy the rest of the evening.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, it is my pleasure and privilege to introduce our Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Richard Spirito.
Thank you, Mrs. Dever, and good evening, everyone. It's a beautiful night here tonight, and so great to see so many people here tonight as we celebrate the class of 2018. I would also like to begin by welcoming the members of our Board of Education, our faculty, parents, honored guests, our alumni who are in the crowd tonight, and most importantly, the LMS class of 2018. Our annual graduation, beauty of technology. My technology is, okay. All right, here we go. Our annual graduation ceremony is always a special evening for parents and our graduates. As the processional of students made their way to their seats tonight, I couldn't help but notice the smiles on the faces of all of our proud parents, and the sense that behind those smiles, we were all remembering when our sons and daughters entered kindergarten, and we watched our children enter their classrooms for the first time. Many of us stood outside those classroom doors, waving goodbye with a tear in our eye. Well, believe it or not, that was 9 years ago that these graduates entered those classroom doors. I'm sure many of us thought, how will they make it through the day? They'll be hungry, thirsty, tired. Who will be there to help them? Little did we know at the time, many of them couldn't wait to get into those classrooms to meet their new teacher and their new classmates. And in most cases, these students were like new seeds ready to be planted in fertile soil. Our kindergarten teachers welcomed our children and cared for these new seeds, knowing full well that these seeds would not spring to life unless they were nourished, watered, and tended to as they grew. They also knew that they would not remain seeds forever, but with a little time, patience, and hard work, these seeds would grow to their full potential. Fortunately, with the love and support of their parents, family members, friends, teachers, and role models, these seeds began to take root. They also began to grow by learning how to respond to failure, how to overcome obstacles, and that it was internal determination and motivation that would help them grow. All the while, they had their parents, family members, and friends there to cheer them on, hold their hands, and dry their tears. Because we all knew that eventually these seeds would flower and turn into something amazing. 6 years later, these 11-year-olds entered middle school, and their roots continued to branch out. Their teachers continued to support, assist, and guide them as opportunities presented themselves. They helped our students understand the academic and social challenges they would face and the decisions that would have to be made. Since entering middle school, these students have grown and flourished and continue to have more to contribute. Over the past 3 years, these students have also begun to realize the importance of planting additional seeds to fill their garden, and that the more seeds you plant, the more flowers that will grow. As parents and educators, we know that the middle school years and middle school students are unique. Students enter middle school as a child and leave as an adolescent, ready to take their place as a high school freshman. I urge our graduates that as you move on to Hawthorne High School, continue to plant seeds. No matter how hard or pointless it may seem right now, with some focused, consistent effort, what now seems like an empty field will be filled with beauty and growth. Graduates, as you leave Lincoln Middle School, plant a seed of happiness, a seed of hope, success, and love. Plant a seed that will inspire you to move forward into Hawthorne High School with enthusiasm, and one that will encourage you to take advantage of all the new opportunities that await you. In closing, parents, I would like to leave you with an excerpt from a poem by Kelly Roper, and it reads, "As your 8th grader accepts their diploma tonight, remember it's your graduation too. Your child couldn't have reached this milestone without a lot of help from you. So hold your head up proudly as your child marches down the aisle. Wipe that stray tear from your eye, and don't forget to smile." Congratulations to our parents, and congratulations to the class of 2018.
Thank you, Mr. Spirito. Every day on my drive to work since at least January, I've been thinking about or trying to find inspiration for my graduation speech. Recently, I've been reading a novel with my son, Jeffrey, called The Way of the Warrior Kid, Mark's Mission. And then it dawned on me, that message in this book would become the focus of my speech, as the lessons that author Jocko Willink tries to teach are ideals everyone should follow. Mark, the main character in the book, is an average kid who fixes bikes, attends jiu-jitsu classes, and completes odd jobs around his neighborhood to earn money. In school, though, he often finds himself losing patience with a kid named Nathan. Nathan is mean and annoying. Mark absolutely despises Nathan. On the last day of school, Mark gets in trouble in art class for throwing a papier-mâché pumpkin at Nathan when Nathan called him a name. But instead of it hitting Nathan, it ricocheted off the wall and hit a teacher. Since Mark's mom was out of town, Uncle Jake, Mark's uncle, reported to the school to pick Mark up and discuss the concerns with the principal. Mark thought this mistake would make for a terrible summer, but it led to one of the many lessons Mark would learn throughout that summer from Uncle Jake. Lesson 1, warriors keep control over their emotions. When a warrior gets frustrated, sad, or angry, he or she is able to keep control over their emotions. Emotions sometimes get the best of us, and sometimes our emotions are good to show. Mark allowed Nathan to get under his skin. Uncle Jake explained to Mark that when he feels his face starting to get red and his heart start to speed up, then he needs to take a step back, take a deep breath, and gather his thoughts. He needs to try to remain calm. This way, he can make better choices. Lesson 2, take care of your gear, and your gear will take care of you. Mark not only was upset with Nathan at school, but Mark was frustrated with his mother at home. Mark had been asking for a new bicycle for a while, and Mark's mom felt he didn't deserve a new bike since he had not taken care of the previous one he had owned. Uncle Jake agreed with Mark's mother that he didn't deserve a new bike until he worked to fix up the one he already had. Take care of the things you have now, as what we have today may be gone tomorrow. Mark needed to take care of his bike by fixing it up and making it look good, as he saw the beauty in his old bike and contemplated if he truly needed a new one. Lesson 3, gather intelligence. This means to watch someone closely. Take notes so that you understand someone, what they do, and most importantly, why they do it. Often, people behave differently for one reason or another. Until you have gathered intelligence, do not judge someone, as they may be dealing with circumstances that you do not have to face. Soon after the last day of school, Mark found out that Nathan would be attending the same summer camp. Nathan thought that this was the worst possible news, but Uncle Jake saw this as a perfect opportunity. Uncle Jake taught Mark the importance of knowing all the facts. When Mark gathered his intelligence on Nathan, he didn't learn very much at first. But when Uncle Jake showed Mark how to truly gather intelligence, he learned that Nathan collected soda bottles and turned them in for money to buy a sandwich each day. Mark also learned that Nathan lived in a rundown brick building and was often home alone. Lesson 4, take risks and don't be scared of losing. While Mark was a great jiu-jitsu grappler, he never wanted to compete. He was too scared he would lose. He didn't want to put himself out there and take a chance. Taking risks is scary, and Mark decided he would give it a try. However, Mark finally realized with the help of Uncle Jake that if he were to win, they would be able to celebrate the success. And if he were to lose the match, they would learn from the loss, which in turn was a win. Through the chokeholds and arm bars, Mark was able to take second place in the tournament. Lesson 5, be consistent. Instead of trying to do a whole project at once, put a little work in here and there, chipping away at it. Sometimes you have to do the job that you would rather not do. In this story, Mark did odd jobs around his neighborhood. He mowed lawns, but then one day he was confronted by a neighbor that had another job for him in mind. This neighbor of Mark's took him to the patio and pointed above. When Mark looked up, he saw pigeons. Then he looked down again to see a gigantic pile of bird poo. At first, Nathan tried to make an excuse to get out of the job. None of them worked. After hours of scrubbing bird poo, it was gone, and the patio looked perfect. Of course, the $40 that Mark earned also made him feel pretty good. Lesson 6, lead. You cannot force people to change, and you cannot force people to be different, but you can help people. Lead them and point them in the right direction. The summer was turning out to be a good one after all. Mark was becoming stronger, saving money, earning freedom, learning to control his emotions, but he had one more task to accomplish. This was perhaps my favorite lesson in the book. Uncle Jake taught Mark how to lead Nathan in a better direction. See, after Mark had gathered intelligence on Nathan, he learned that Nathan didn't have much and made it his mission to help Nathan. In life, this is one of the finest things you can do. Mark started to lead Nathan and decided to befriend him. He brought him to jiu-jitsu class, which Nathan loved. Then Mark talked to his sensei into giving him a job to clean up the dojo with Nathan. Nathan could not afford to pay for classes, but this job earned him a membership to the academy. Mark went to the junkyard and picked out an old rusty bike to fix up for Nathan. They fixed it up together, and they were no longer enemies. This proves that kindness trumps everything. The LMS team has taught you great lessons over the past 3 years. The purpose of this speech and the lessons you've learned at LMS is to inspire you to be better, and that's the exact main message in the way of the warrior kid. The word warrior makes me think of someone fierce, someone that shows vigor and determination. Warriors live by a code. This code is not secret. It is not a set of rules. It is called discipline. Discipline means you follow the rules not because someone makes you follow them, but because following the rules makes you a better person. Remember, warriors do the right thing, even if it's the harder choice. There is a warrior inside all of you. Tomorrow, to expand on our rock garden, I will ask you to sign your name to a rock with one of the lessons written on it. Sign the rock with the lesson that you feel you want to commit to in the next stage of your life. Do not sign and commit to it because I'm asking you to. Sign the rock to show your commitment to be a better person. Parents, family, and friends, I'm proud to present to you these LMS warrior kids and the class of 2018. Mr. Spirito, for the presentation of the graduating class, it is my honor to certify that these 8th grade students have satisfied the course of study prescribed by the Hawthorne Board of Education. And at this time, I present them to you for the awarding of their diplomas. For the awarding of the diplomas, I would like to introduce the Assistant Principal of Lincoln Middle School, who will read the names of our graduates as Mr. Michael Doyle, Vice President of the Board of Education, presents their diplomas to the members of this year's graduating class. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Robert Bertolini.
Good evening again. In order for all our guests to hear the names of their son or daughter, we ask that everybody please wait for each row to receive their diploma before applauding. Also, we'd like to thank our instrumental music department, specifically Mr. Daniel Hunsinger and the 6th and 7th grade graduating band for providing the music for tonight's program. Lorelei S. Arens. Gabriella Aliano. Samir Almadani. Franklin Almonte Jr. Jad Alshama. Gianna Altanji. Sabrina Altanji. Cassidy A. Alvarado. Zoe Karina Alvarez. Brianna Rose Andrioli. Nicholas Anthony Arabia. Massimo S. Aranda. Griffin Martinez Avella. Estelle Colette Barbieri. Eugene Dylan Barbieri. Tina Barsby. Robert Frank Beatty. Brandon Anthony Beltran. Luke Paul Body. Jason Anthony Brodzinski. Xavier Frank Budicavoli. Maya Rose Cabrera. Amanda R. Cali. Joseph Gerald Canales. Fiorella Carvo. Kayla Nicole Cashin. Shane Joseph Cashin. Rafael A. Castaneda. Brian Castillo. Justin Castillo. Kevin A. Castillo. Nicole M. Castillo. Isabella R. Chicazola. Reham T. Chowdhury. Meadow Jade Sicarella. Hannah R. Chico Peters. Ivan Manuel Claros. Alyssa Margaret Clemente. Brianna N. Collins. Gavin D. Conlin. Ruby Owens Conroy. Gianna Lee Convertino. Carter Sean Coy. Jack Anthony Cucci. Guillermo Ivan Cunningham. Jamie L. Damstra. Ashley Danzo. Milady Tatiana Davila. Davila. Gabriela Maria Del Val. Jason D. DeMarco. Liliana R. DePaula. Ariana P. Diaz. Michael Joseph Dion. Olivia Irene Desant. Kyle J. Dunkersloot. Hunter Nicole Dravanos. Ethan Henry Dunn. Troy Cooper Eckert. Amina M. Elazab. Angeli M. Estrada. Sean Michael Scott. Everett. Sean Michael Everett. Brianna S. Fallon. Joel Fernandez. Tyler D. Fieldhouse. Daniel Scott Finch. Claire Juliana Fitter. Megan R. Flaker. Ruth Aaron Flynn. Aaron D. Foley. Rebecca Joy Gearing. Nicole P. Galella. Louis Anthony Gatto. Olivia Claire Gench. Sarah Lynn Giardino. Aliana Michelle Gomez. Aileen A. Gomez. Kayla Ariana Gonzalez. Natalie Lisette Gonzalez. Justin Gutschmidt. Jason P. Harmer. Cami E. Hoyt. Kevin George Huffman. Tyshawn R. Jenkins. Sally Juke. Christopher Elias Jolka Barokal. Adisha M. Cajado. Almir Carici. Emily Nepper. Zamira Knight. Nicholas Koch. Grace Ann Corpix. Nicholas Andrew Kozak. Abigail Julia LaGreca. Kaylin A. Leonard. Valeria Lopez. Zachary Molly. Isabella A. Magadino. Joshua Joseph Magnifico. James Anthony Manzo Jr. Mila Fortunato Margarucci. Turner John Marks. Brandon Lee Massey. Lindsay Curdock Masters. Kayla Jane Matos. Caitlin Ann McErlin. Bennett J. Megnan. Marifel Miguel. Jason J. Mirror. Ahil Ahmad Mirza. Emily Madison Mizaraka. Alexander Montoya. Gianna Julia Morel. Cody S. Marizzo. Carolyn Elizabeth Morrow. Andrew Morzetta. Colby Patrick Malanafi. Elias Munirji. Timaf Mustafa. Angela Rose Natal. Ashton Sean Navarrete. Keep going. Four more rows. Struggling right now, maybe calling the lefties here.
He is to read the right names.
It's very tough to do, actually. All right, here we go. Want some R roll, and I'll get you right now. Zoe Jane Nelson. Brian Nicholas Ing. Jasmine Rosario Nieves. Ann Scala Noonan. Gianna Marie Acapinti. Edward Joseph O'Hagan. Brian Ordonez. Jacqueline Agatha Palmer. Michael A. Palmer. Kaylee Paredes Garcia. Ariana Pena. Lillian Ann Picars. Jordan Emily Pierce. Natalie Alice Poma. Kayla Marie Porter. Lily Grace Pruxma. Jonathan J. Petak. Anthony Palouse Jr. Amy M. Ramirez. Alexa Ramirez Burgos. Jenelise Ramirez Melendez. Evelise G. Ramos. Sydney G. Reicher. Liliana Marie Riley. James D. Reyes. Samara Corinne Rios. Camilo A. Rivera. Miguel Rodriguez. Brianna Alejandra Romero. Kurt William Rudolph. Bishop Orlando Ruiz. Jessley J. Ruiz. Emily Christine Runs. Tatiana Sadik. Anzor Saeed. Sandy Valentina Salazar. Daniela Maria Sancho. Isabella Regina Sasso. Kaylin Cecilia Savage. Griffin James Schiavo. Alexis V. Senna. Amy Cerna. Ryan P. Shannon. Jaden A. Schwed. Michael S. Scheiker. Stephen J. Soto. Christopher Thomas Spirito. Ryan J. Stanley. Luke Ryan Strednick. Marco Josiah Suarez. Liram Suleimani. Skylar Janai Sumter. Stephen Jacob Sweetman. Hudson Thomas Testa. Abigail Kayla Titus. Marcos Trasbach. Natalia Trasbach. Jeremy A. Urena. Michelle Daniela Urena. Sophia Elizabeth Utvik. Adriana Valenti. Gianna Andrea Valentin. Jonathan Samuel Valenzuela. Gregory M. Van Brookhoven. Olivia Faye Van Winkle. Justin Russell Vandermast. Jocelyn M. Vargas. Do it. Derek Vasquez Enriquez. Samantha Vega. Laurel Margaret Vizotsky. Julianne Agnes Vukovic. Logan Christopher Warner. Ryan P. Williamson. Dune Yaldroka. Eben Kenny Yobo. Jonah Yu. Ladies and gentlemen, the Lincoln Middle School graduating class of 2018.